Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Micah. I make mommy and lifestyle videos right here for you guys on my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing my controversial parenting tag part 2. If you have not seen my first one, I will leave it down in the description box below, as well to try to link it up in the cards for you guys. So, if that's interests you, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification so you get notifications for when I post. Let's get this video started. I do want to put this out there before I begin this video. I want to let everybody know that, again, my opinions and the decisions that I have made with my children based on my experience and based on my evidence and research and things like that is no way, shape, or form judging you as a parent or the decisions that you have made as a parent. Again, you are a parent. Everybody is a parent that has their own opinions and their own abilities to make their own choices for their children, and that is all up to you. I am no way, shape, or form judging you at all as a mom. Momming is hard, and if us moms stick together, we can get through this. So I am in no way, shape, or form judging you. Your opinions are yours, mine are mine, and that is that. If you would like a little bit more information on any of these topics, please go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will message you, or we will get together and talk about it in some way or shape or form, and that we can go from there. All right, let's get this video started. All right, sis, it's tea time, coffee time, whatever. Anyway, so first question, breast milk versus formula. A lot of you guys know if you watched my videos from before, but a lot of you are new, so maybe you have not. I did breastfeed with Everson until he was 10 months old. And he pretty much weaned himself. He quit feeding from the breast and only wanted a bottle. And then I was working and it was hard to pump while I was working, and it was just a big mess, and I ended up drying up to the point to where he wasn't getting satisfied. So he did switch completely to formula for 2 months, and then he weaned himself from that as well. I went to milk. So I am for breastfeeding. But with that being said, I did not breastfeed Elijah. I tried, I wanted to, but he had other plans. So we didn't go there with him. I didn't force him to do something he didn't want to do. And so we did formula with him. But I am pro breastfeeding. I do feel like you should try, but that is completely up to you. It is your body and it is your child. So I'm not against breastfeeding or formula, but I am more for breastfeeding. Second question, spanking. This is a very touchy subject for me. I was not spanked as a child, maybe once or twice my entire life. And I feel like I was very, very spoiled, but I knew right from wrong. With that being said, I have spanked Elijah. I have lost my cool and popped him on his bottom. I'm not proud of it, but now that he is getting a little bit older, I feel like I'm trying to find new ways and new rules, new things to do with him, grounding him. It doesn't really work. Punishing him in other forms of punishment, I feel like is better. But I am leaning more towards being against spanking, but I can't say I'm 100% against it because I have done it. With that being said, it is your child. It is your decision on how you punish your child. There is a big difference between spanking and beating, and as long as you know the difference, I don't see a problem with giving them a little tap on their bottom, but it is just getting to the point where it is just not for our family. And I would like to not spank Everson, ever. I want to go a different route with it. Next question is vaccinations. My children are completely up to date on their vaccinations except for Everson. He needs his 1-year shots, which he will be getting this month. So yes, I am against not getting your kids vaccinated. I do not feel like if you do not vaccinate your kids and they get the disease that you could have prevented, I just feel like I could have prevented it, so why not prevent it? I do my research on my vaccinations, so I do feel like I know what I'm doing. I did want to do a delayed schedule with Everson, but I didn't do it with Elijah, and he never had any reactions to any of his shots except for the rhinovirus vaccination, which it was only a one-time thing, and he did end up getting the rhinovirus. But I will not be giving the rhinovirus shot to Everson. That is the only shot that I will not give. I do the influenza shots, and the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, however the shots go, like however they're supposed to go. I do them all. Anyway, but yes, I am for vaccinations. The next question is home versus public versus private versus charter schooling. I do not feel like I am 100% informed or have done my research to the best of my ability about homeschooling and all of the other types of schooling. I did go to public school as a child and as a teenager, and I did do homeschooling as a teenager, and I feel like if you can stay home with your child and you can stay on top of it and you can stay on top of their schooling and make sure that they are doing their work and they are actually learning, I feel like go for it. I really, in this day and age, I would love to be able to homeschool my child. I have not done my research on homeschooling. So therefore, I don't feel like I could make this proper opinion. I don't have a really strong opinion towards either one or the other, but I feel like if I was to homeschool my kid and not take them out to like social events where they can meet children their age, that they would become like, my children are social butterflies. They love being around people. They love talking with people. My oldest is. My youngest is kind of, he's iffy. But I do feel like all of our children, except for our youngest two, are very social butterflies. They love being with people. They love being around people. And I feel like taking them out of public school and placing them in homeschool would only hurt them more than it would help them as children. But I would love to homeschool my kids and do like play dates and home dates and stuff like that with other kids around the neighborhood and stuff. But in my opinion, I do like public school better because I feel like they went to school for it. They know exactly what they're doing. They can teach our children as where I cannot. So I am for public schooling. Medicating a child. I don't know where this is standing. I don't know if this is meaning like for ADD and ADHD or just meaning Tylenol, ibuprofen, and things like that. I am for giving Tylenol, ibuprofen to keep them comfortable and keep their fevers and pains down. I do feel like that as long as you're not overdoing it and harming their liver and stuff. But if you're meaning medicating children such as ADD and ADHD, I feel like there comes a point in a child's life, like if they cannot focus, giving them a mild narcotic medication or maybe an all-natural supplement would be okay. This subject is so hard for me. I will do a complete video on this because I was a child of ADD and ADHD who was medicated. I had anxiety and I was manic depressive. Excuse me. So I do feel like I know a little bit more about this stuff, but I am not 100% educated in the newer day and age as medications. They are in the process of testing Elijah for ADD and ADHD, but only to better further him in school, not to be medicated at this point. So I do not feel like I have done enough research to know this day and age whether it would help him or hurt him more. So we will see. And the last question on this is cloth diapering versus disposable diapering. Oh no, there's 2 more questions. Cloth diapers versus disposable diapers. And I don't feel like there's a problem with either one. If you have the time to take out for cloth diapering, which I wish I wanted to do with Everson, I really wasn't educated on it with Elijah. I'm sorry. But with Everson, I really wanted to do it. And my sister-in-law actually does it. And I've learned a lot from her videos, but I just don't feel like I would have the time for cloth diapers with all the washing and stuff that she does. But I mean, I guess I could. I could wash. I have a washer and dryer, so I don't see why it would be a problem for me to be able to do it. I just didn't have the money to start up with it when Everson was born. But hopefully, if I do, and that's a big if, I'm going to do the if I have another child, I will be hopefully in a better spot to where I can try cloth diapering. But there is disposable diapers out there for if you ever needed them. So I'm not one for one or the other. I do feel like I did do disposable diapers with both my kids, so it was there for me. It does get expensive in the long run, and cloth diapering is a lot cheaper in the long run because as where you're spending it every week or every month or however you do it, you're only spending it one time for cloth diapering, and then you can just buy new inserts as needed, if needed, or new covers or however. So I do feel like I'm not one way or the other. I'm for both. And the last question is the cry it out method. And I never really did my research for the cry it out method because I do not believe in the cry it out method. I do believe that at a certain age, maybe it is okay to try to allow your child to self-soothe. But I do not feel like allowing your 6-week-old baby or your 2-month-old baby or however, I don't know how people do it these days. I did research a little bit on it when Elijah was born, but I don't think that I have actually done my research on the cry it out because, I mean, what's the point for it if you don't need it? Like, if your child is a good child, I mean, both of my kids were good babies. They didn't really cry a lot. So I really didn't have that problem. I rocked both of my kids to sleep, or somebody did, mainly my grandmother. My grandmother rocked Elijah every night. And when it was bedtime for Elijah, I would give him to my grandmother or my mom, and they would rock him to sleep, and he would sleep through the night. Everson, on the other hand, was a booby baby. I did breastfeed him, so I would just pick him up and put him in my bed, breastfeed him, put him back in his bed until he was a certain age, and then he got in our bed. And then I just breastfed him throughout the night when he needed it to. So I didn't really do the cry it out method. I didn't see the point in it. So I couldn't say I'm against it because I have not done all of my research. But at this point, just from what I know, I am against the cry it out method. Unless they're older, like maybe 2 or 3, and they're crying in their bed because they don't want to go to bed. But as a baby under 2, I don't feel like the cry it out method is appropriate. I might have let Everson lay in his bed for a few minutes and cry to see if he could self-soothe himself back to sleep or to sleep. But 90% of the time, I am right there with him when he cries. Or my husband is right there with him when he cries. Anyway, you guys, that is it for this video. If this video interests you, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you can get notifications for when I post. I will see you guys in our next video. Bye, y'all.
Like a fire that burns so bright, I was day and you were night. Like a spark we were quick to ignite. Then you ask yourself, is it worth this fight?